My beloved, can you feel it? Something powerful within your heart has been trying to speak to you since last night. A constant stirring in your chest, a voice that has kept you from sleeping. This is not your imagination. It was heaven calling softly at first, but now it is desperate. Archangel Michael says, this is your last chance to hear something you should never know. A terrible deal has been made behind your back, and it concerns your destiny. It's not just a lie. It's more serious than that. It's from the spiritual world, and it's dangerous. And now it involves someone you love very much. God is angry, but not with you. He is angry with your daughter. And you must see this before time runs out. The heavens are shaking because a sacred choice has been put off for 3 days in a row, waiting, begging, pleading for you to pay attention at this very moment. Archangel Michael says, your name was spoken 3 times in a secret heavenly conversation. That's right, your name, not someone else's. They waited and waited, but time has run out. If you leave this message, you may leave the present that was meant to be yours. You may leave something that was already marked for you, but that may now pass on to someone else. Do you think this is luck? Do you think you got here by accident? My beloved, heaven does not work with luck. It prepares sacred encounters. And now the angels are watching you. Yes, right now, waiting to see if you will pass by or if your soul will wake up and listen. Because what was once spoken in silence now needs to be shouted with divine urgency. Archangel Michael couldn't tell you this, but he begged God. He cried defending you. He got down on his knees for you. And God replied, if she sees this today, I will tell her everything. But if she ignores it again, the punishment will begin. This is not to scare you. It is to save you. A deal has been made, and it is a bad deal. Look, someone is trying to trade your happiness for their own. A hidden decision has been made in secret by someone you have trusted. And it has everything to do with your daughter. God isn't just upset, he's deeply hurt. And he wants to show you what she's done. Not to embarrass her, but to prepare you. Because what's coming isn't just going to shake up your home, it's going to shake your soul. Miguel says you should never find out this way, but heaven is tired of being left out. Listen, my beloved, before I tell you more, stop for a moment and pay attention. If your heart is still racing, if your chest feels heavy, if your eyes are suddenly wet, that's your sign. Don't ignore it. Don't think you'll come back later. There won't be a later. Heaven has arranged for you to hear this now, not a moment later. And now I have to ask you something. Shining light. If you feel that this message is for you, write below, I am ready, Miguel. That is your spiritual mark. That is how you show the sky that you are awake. And I want you to sign up now. Not because I told you to, but because the sky still has more to say to you, and you will miss what comes next if you leave. You have been called, beloved, and this is only the beginning. Sign up and write, I trust. You have no idea what this simple gesture of faith will change in the invisible world. Now breathe, because what I'm about to tell you will shake you to your core. It started 6 days ago. A woman connected to your daughter entered into a spiritual agreement without your knowledge. She made a pact out of anger, and your name was in the middle of it. Your home was mentioned, your peace was attacked. And she did it with a smile. She thought no one in heaven was watching, but Archangel Michael was watching. And his sword caught fire with what he saw, because this woman is no stranger. She has been close for years. You trusted her, your daughter told her secrets. But what they didn't know is that heaven records every word, every message, every intention. There's something even worse. God isn't angry for no reason. He's angry because your daughter is being influenced by darkness disguised as protection. She believes she's protecting you, but in reality she's helping to destroy something sacred. She is being deceived, manipulated. And Miguel says, if you don't find out the whole truth by tonight, it may be too late to fix the damage. A door will close, and the miracle God has prepared for you may be delayed or worse, given to someone else. Not because God is cruel, but because heaven cannot bless what you refuse to believe. I know it hurts. I know you'd rather believe that everything is fine. But heaven says that the truth will no longer knock politely at your door. It is coming in, whether you want it to or not. And the truth is this: your daughter is being watched over by two forces. One wants her safe. The other wants her spiritually sacrificed. You don't have time to wait and see what happens. You have to act now. And acting starts with knowing. Miguel has more to say. Your future is at stake. This message goes deeper. But only if your soul is truly open. Are you ready? Then keep reading, because the next part will reveal what they have hidden inside your home and why God is saying that it can't wait another minute. There is something hidden inside your home. It is not an object, it is not a piece of paper, but an energy. An agreement was made without your knowledge, and the energy of this deal is sitting quietly like a shadow in the corner, waiting for the right moment to cause destruction. And here's the part that hurts the most. Your daughter knows it. Maybe not everything, but enough. Enough to feel that something isn't right. Enough to hear that little voice in her heart warning her. But she's silencing that voice. And in doing so, she's silencing God's warnings. Miguel says, the woman behind this has been jealous of your family for years. She smiled in your presence, hugged your daughter, said she was like a sister to her. But her heart was full of thorns. And behind your back, she made a shocking deal involving your name. An exchange, a manipulation. And it was presented to your daughter as protection or a blessing. But in reality, it is a curse masked as a gift. She promised to block your victory in exchange for her gain. And now the energy of that agreement has reached your home. God says that the reason you have been feeling strange lately, the heaviness, the spiritual confusion, the moments of irritation that come out of nowhere, is because of what has been activated. You are not crazy. Your soul is picking up what your eyes cannot see. You have felt the tension, the change in conversations, the way certain people speak differently when you enter the room. This is not in your head. This is spiritual warfare. And Michael says that if you open your heart completely now, he will show you exactly who is behind this and what they are planning next. But first, there is something you need to do. Archangel Michael is asking you to take back your spiritual authority. Yes, you. Even if you feel tired, even if you feel broken, you are stronger than you think. And the agreement made behind your back can be broken, but only by the person whose name was on the paper. And that person is you. Heaven is waiting for your voice, waiting for your decision, waiting for your awakening. Michael says, "Beloved, do not let your silence be your surrender." Before continuing, write in the comments, "No evil can touch me, for I am protected by the light of the angels." This will seal your energy with the power of the angels and prevent any shadow from approaching. Now follow me. Now let's talk about the deepest part, the part that not even your daughter fully understands. This woman, the one who orchestrated the agreement behind your back, is not working alone. She was guided by someone else, an older man, wise in appearance, but spiritually dangerous. He has done this before with other families. And he chose yours because he sensed your spiritual gift. Yes, you have one. A divine anointing that runs through your bloodline. And this man's goal is to cut it off, to nip it in the bud before it fully activates. That's why the attack isn't random. It's targeted, precise, calculated. And here's the divine mystery. The attack only came because your blessing is very close. Closer than it's ever been. If nothing good were coming, the enemy wouldn't be trying so hard. But something huge is about to open up for you. Financially, spiritually, emotionally. That's why the attack is so intense. Because your miracle is already on its way, and they know it. But God is still holding back, waiting for you to wake up completely. Miguel says that last night your name was mentioned again in a different realm. Not in heaven, but by the woman and the man during a private conversation. Your daughter's name was also mentioned, but this time they are not talking about your blessing. They are talking about blocking, moving, delaying. They think you are asleep. They think you will remain blind. But heaven says, today is the awakening. Before revealing what your daughter is still hiding, please do not judge her. God's anger is not about punishment, it is about protection. He sees that her heart is divided. He knows that part of her still wants to protect you, but her silence is making her an accomplice. And if she does not speak soon, the spiritual damage may be irreversible. You have to be the one to open the door to the truth, and that starts here. Say this now quietly. Miguel, I give you permission to reveal the whole truth. I won't run away. I'm ready. Did you feel that change? It wasn't your imagination. It was your soul rising up. It was the wind of heaven blowing through your atmosphere. And now Miguel is about to show you what comes next. In 3 days from now, there will be a conversation, an invitation, maybe even a meeting. You will notice something strange about it. The timing will seem forced. Someone will act overly polite. A certain woman will be watching your eyes as if waiting to see if you know. And when that happens, you will remember this message. You will remember these words. And Miguel says, don't react, observe. Let the heavens speak through you. Because at that moment, what they tried to hide will begin to unravel. And your daughter, she will finally begin to see. But only if you stand firm in your truth now. Before we continue, pause for just 3 seconds and breathe. Then subscribe if you haven't already. Not because you were told to, but because your soul is confirming that this message was meant for you. And I promise, if you think this part was intense, wait until you hear what happens on the 3rd day. So listen, beloved, as the spiritual clock ticks away. Archangel Michael says that this next part may make you emotional. That's okay. Let the tears come if they need to. They are sacred. They heal. Because what you are about to discover will connect every strange moment of the last few weeks. The weird behavior, the sudden changes in your daughter's attitude, the silence, the guilt in her eyes, the doors that closed without warning, the call she didn't answer when you were nearby, the time she went out to talk in low tones. All of this has been leading up to this moment. The man I told you about, the one who is guiding the woman, calls himself a healer or spiritual helper, but God sees through that mask. He is not a healer. He is a controller. He is the one who convinced your daughter that your energy was the reason her life was blocked, that your prayers, your dreams, your divine protection were outdated, and that in order to move forward, she had to disconnect from her energy. That is the lie that was planted, and the woman next to her encouraged it. But the truth is, your daughter's miracle is connected to your presence, not blocked by it. Your love has been her covering. Your words, whether soft or harsh, have been her shield. And heaven has been trying to get her attention, but her ears were tuned to the wrong voice. And in a moment of weakness, she agreed to something that broke God's heart, a ritual, a vow. She didn't think it meant anything. She thought it was symbolic. But spiritually, it was legal permission to transfer something that was hers, and now Miguel says it has to be undone. Before I reveal what happened that night, I want you to remember one thing. God is not here to punish you. He is here to protect you and your daughter. This message is not meant to bring fear. It is meant to shine a divine light where shadows have been hiding for too long. Now breathe again. It happened 2 weeks ago, in the early hours of the morning. Your daughter was with your wife and 2 other people in a room that seemed spiritual. Candles, incense, soft music. The man entered via video. And in that space, they did something in your daughter's name. They asked her to say words aloud, a declaration of liberation, and she spoke. She didn't fully understand what she was saying. She didn't feel any danger. That's how darkness works. It comes dressed in light, but Miguel was watching. And the moment she spoke those words, a spiritual change took place. A cord was loosened, and that's when you started to feel strange. Your sleep changed, your energy weakened. You started having dreams that didn't make sense, faces you didn't recognize. It wasn't just stress. It was the consequence of a spiritual bond being broken. But heaven says it's not too late. That's why this message reached you in time. Because what has been spoken over you can be broken by you. You are not powerless. And Michael is here to help you do this. Say this now. I cancel every agreement made in my name without my permission. I reject every word spoken against me. I declare that no weapon forged against me shall prosper. I choose divine restoration now. You may feel a wave of heat or cold, or even tears. This is the change beginning. This is the sacred realm responding to your authority. Now Michael wants to tell you what your daughter does not yet know. The woman she has trusted has been collecting personal items of yours. Photos, dates, even objects from your home or copies of them. And she took one piece, something symbolic, and gave it to the man as a symbol. That symbol was used in a symbolic act of transfer. That is why heaven is furious, because the spiritual boundary around your home has been tested. And unless you reinforce it now, the disturbance will continue. Michael is ready to protect your home, but he cannot enter where he is not welcome. So if you are truly prepared, say this quietly. Archangel Michael, enter my home, claim what is mine. Protect my family, expose what is hidden, break what is profane. Yes, something has changed again. You can feel it in your skin, in your chest, in your breath. Now, beloved, heaven is about to reveal the vision of the third day. 3 days from the moment you finish this message, your daughter will receive an offer, an opportunity, a strange deal, or a financial promise. It will sound perfect, but it will come with an unspoken condition: to leave the past behind. That past is you. You are the one they want out of the picture. Not because of hatred, but because your soul is too strong, your prayers too powerful, you see too much, and they fear that you will discover everything. But Miguel says that you already have. That is why you must be prepared on that day, because your daughter will need you to be strong. Not in anger, not in shame, but in truth. You will look into her eyes and say the words that heaven will give you at that moment. And she will break down, she will cry, she will see, and she will come back. But if you ignore this now, the opportunity for that moment may pass. And if this message has resonated with you so far, and you want to help it reach others who are also on the edge, click "Thank you so much." This small gesture helps keep alive this mission of bringing light to those who have lost hope. Thank you so much. So let me ask you again, beloved, are you still here? Are you still reading? That means your soul already knows this is divine. That means you are chosen. That means this message is yours. You may be thinking, why me? Why did heaven choose me to carry this truth? And the answer is simple. Because you are the pillar, the guardian, the one whose prayers echo through the heavens louder than the whispers of the enemy. And heaven sees your tears, every single one of them. Michael wants to remind you of one thing. You have not failed as a mother. You have not been forgotten. You are not behind schedule. In fact, you are right on time. The agreement made behind your back is already falling apart. The enemy's plan is already leaking. And soon your daughter will see their faces for what they really are. And she will thank you. But for now, Michael is still watching the house, watching the woman, watching the man. They don't know that the light is coming for them, but it is, and nothing can stop it now. Let's keep going, beloved, deeper into the divine mystery, because Archangel Michael says that the next few moments are the most important. He says that this part of the message was sealed until you read everything first. And now that you have read it, the heavens are ready to show you something that has been hidden from your eyes since the beginning. There is a spiritual weapon being prepared for you. Yes, for you. Created by angels, sharpened by truth, and infused with a light that cannot be touched by any curse, any deception, or any false energy. And this weapon is not something you hold in your hands. It is something you release with your voice. Your voice is more powerful than you have ever known. When you pray, heaven trembles. When you speak, the winds change. You don't always feel it, but Archangel Michael does. Every time you whispered a word of protection for your family, even when they weren't listening, Michael recorded it. And now those words are coming back with divine force. But here's what most people don't know. The spiritual realm is sensitive to sound. Darkness works in silence, light works in declaration. That's why Michael is speaking. Your weapon is not in what you do, but in what you say. The only way to reverse what has been spoken over your name is to speak something stronger over it. Heaven has written the exact words for you to say. Not just any words. These are heavenly legal phrases, what angels call spiritual codes. And once you speak them out loud, the chains will begin to break. So here they are. Speak as if you are speaking through generations. By the authority of God, I recover my destiny. Every agreement made in darkness is broken by the light. I reverse every word, vow, ritual, and curse made behind my back. I cover my daughter in divine protection and declare, our home belongs to God. No energy, spirit, or soul can break what heaven has joined together. So be it. Amen. You just activated something. Yes, right now as you spoke those words, Archangel Michael began to move through the rooms of your home. You may feel the atmosphere changing, cooler, calmer, or heavier for a moment. Because anything that does not belong has to rise before it can be removed. He is scanning your home right now. Every corner, every closet, every memory, every energy connected to that agreement. Michael was waiting for this permission because spiritual law says that angels cannot remove what we silently tolerate. But now that you have spoken, he can enter. Now let's talk about your daughter's angel. This angel has been silent for a long time, not absent, silent. Because your daughter stopped listening. She filled her ears with false comfort, with that woman's voice, with the empty promises of that man. But deep down, her angel was standing there waiting, grieving, hoping. And now her angel is ready to speak again, but only through you. Because you, beloved, are the bridge. The message her angel wants to give you is this. She is not lost. She is just confused. And your love is the last light she remembers. That light, your love, is what the enemy tried to cover up. That is why the deal was made. Because the enemy cannot destroy your love. He can only distract her from seeing it. But that is about to change. Miguel says that within 72 hours of completing this message, something will happen. A phone call, a message, a moment. Your daughter may say something small, but hidden in her words will be a cry for help. She may not use those words, but your soul will know. When that moment comes, don't react in pain. Respond in presence. Don't say, I told you so. Say, I've been waiting for you, and so has heaven. That moment will be the beginning of her return, and yes, she will come back. Not just physically, but spiritually, emotionally. With a heart finally able to hear what heaven has been saying all along. And when she returns, she will confess what happened. She will cut ties with the woman and the man. And she will beg for your forgiveness. Not because she was bad, but because she forgot who you really were. And now here is what heaven wants you to prepare for. Once your daughter is restored, your home will be restored. Your peace, your joy, but also your finances. Yes, beloved, there was a divine delay placed on your financial flow because of that dark agreement. But now that it is broken, the angels are clearing the way. Michael says, a divine deposit is being prepared. And when it arrives, it will shock you. It may come through a person, a business idea, a government release, a court decision, a forgotten inheritance. But it will be sudden, it will come with confirmation. And you will know it is from God because it will come right after your daughter's return. Don't try to chase after it. Just prepare yourself. And if you feel that this message has truly touched you, remember, supporting this mission is also a gesture of love. If you feel it in your heart, click thank you so that more people can receive words that save, welcome, and awaken. Now, beloved, the final part of this message is something that heaven debated whether or not to show you. But Michael said, She is ready. You need to know this. The woman who orchestrated the deal behind your back is also being watched by a higher power. Her name has been written in the book of mercy, but she is on the verge of crossing over to judgment. She has one last chance to back down. If she does not back down, heaven will remove her peacefully, quietly, but completely. She will no longer have access to your energy, your daughter, your home. Her time is almost up. As for the man, he will be exposed. Not by you, but by someone he trusted. A message, a slip, a leak. Something will come out openly that will reveal who he really is, and many others will realize that they have been deceived as well. Miguel says it will be a moment of divine justice, and you will witness it. And when you witness it, you will smile. Not out of revenge, but out of relief. Because heaven always pays back. This is your moment now. You made it to the end. And heaven is applauding you. Yes, you. Because most would have jumped ship, most would have left. But you stayed, you listened, you believed. So now the reward begins. But let me tell you something personal that heaven whispered to me. God didn't bring you here just to warn you. He brought you here to awaken you. Because you are not who the world thinks you are. You are a spiritual warrior, a generational light bearer, one who was chosen before time to break the cycle. That's why the attack was so severe. That's why your name was on their lips. That's why the plan was so secret and calculated. Because the enemy never wastes energy on someone who is not dangerous to the darkness. You are dangerous to the darkness. When you cry, angels gather. When you pray, heaven moves. When you speak, truth shatters deception. And when you believe, miracles fall like rain. That is why Archangel Michael says, remind her of who she is. Remind her of what she carries. Remind her that this message is not to scare her, but to ignite her. You have walked too long as if waiting for permission, but heaven gave you permission the moment your soul said yes. Your atmosphere has begun to change. And now things are moving in the unseen. Chains are breaking that you didn't even know existed. Conversations are being exposed. And protection is coming to places where you felt most vulnerable. Miguel wants you to pay attention over the next 7 days. In these 7 days, you will see signs, real signs. Repeated numbers, clear dreams, flashes of light, names appearing unexpectedly, calls from people you almost forgot. And a message, possibly even a voice or a dream, will come directly from your daughter's angel. When that happens, write it down. Record it, because that will be the moment when her soul begins to return home. And let me tell you this with all the certainty of heaven, your daughter will come back better. Not just for you, but for herself. She will heal. She will cry in your arms. She will look at you one night and say, I don't know how I couldn't see it before. You were always the one protecting me. That moment is coming. You have to believe it. And while you wait for this sacred reunion, Archangel Michael says to prepare your home as if it has already happened. Light a candle in her name, set the table, say her name with love again. No worry, no fear, but victory. Talk about her as if she were already free, because in the eyes of heaven, she already is. Now, beloved, there is one more secret, a scroll written in the sky about you. Michael says, this scroll has been sealed since your birth and has recently been opened. Why? Because a new mission is beginning in your life. One that has nothing to do with pain and everything to do with purpose. You are not here just to survive this test. You are here to rise up to a divine calling. There are people waiting to hear your story. People who will be healed because you have been healed. People who are one step away from breaking, but your voice will pull them back. That is why your daughter's situation is not just about her. It is about a chain reaction of healing that will ripple through your entire lineage. You are the starting point of restoration. Archangel Michael says that in the next 21 days, your mind will begin to clear. Ideas will come to you like light bulbs turning on. You will find yourself remembering dreams, seeing faces, feeling energy before it enters the room. This is not your imagination. It is your spiritual vision being restored, so use it. Speak what you see, trust what you feel, pray what you hear, and know that you are never alone. Even now, as you read this, there are angels around you. They are not symbols, they are real. Watching, standing guard, touching your shoulders, whispering courage into your heart. Michael is one of them, and tonight when you lie down, I want you to say these words before you fall asleep. Michael, stand guard over my house. Protect my daughter, even from herself. Guard the gates, seal the windows. Do not let in any energy that was not sent by God. Surround my room, envelop me in divine fire. Let your sword rest at my door, and let no shadow remain that cannot survive the light. I trust you, and I will not be afraid. Amen. The moment you say this, heaven responds. You may feel warmth in your bed or a coldness of deliverance. Some of you will dream tonight. Vivid, powerful dreams where truth is revealed. Don't ignore it. Don't let it pass. Write it down, because what begins as a dream becomes direction. Now, one last thing before this message closes. You were meant to hear this. You didn't scroll down for no reason. You didn't stay until the end by accident. You were called to this moment. And now heaven has confirmed that you are ready. If this message spoke to your heart, write below, Miguel, I am ready. I accept my calling. I reclaim my peace, and I believe. Miguel says, this last part isn't just a conclusion. It's the final unlock. The kind that changes the atmosphere of your entire life. If you're still here, then your soul has already crossed the line that most people never reach. The line where the divine becomes undeniable. Let me tell you what is happening right now in the heavenly realm. Your name is shining. Yes, shining on a golden scroll that was previously gathering dust, waiting to be activated. And at this very moment, your name is being rewritten in the heavenly register of warriors. You are no longer just a believer. You are a chosen protector, a spiritual guardian. And the reason the enemy tried to catch you off guard with this shocking deal behind your back is because they knew what you were about to enter. You are about to enter an anointing that makes demons tremble. Not everyone will understand. Not even your daughter at first. But when you begin to enter into your full spiritual fire, people will either come closer to you in awe or run from you in fear of what you carry. That is not your burden to bear. That is your confirmation. Because when the divine rises high in you, the false rises high around you. Now Archangel Michael says that one last thing remains. The letter, the one that was hidden. The one that was never spoken of. The one that someone in your family never told you existed. But heaven sees everything. And that letter, my beloved, is real. It contains a message that you were not meant to discover. A family member, someone who is no longer alive, wrote it with a heavy heart. It mentions a truth about your daughter's past. Something she never knew. Something that shaped how she sees you, how she sees herself, and how she fell into the hands of the woman and man who twisted her path. Miguel says that this letter still exists. It may be in an old box in an attic, behind a picture frame. Ask God to guide your eyes. Ask Miguel to nudge your soul. You'll know when you're close, and once you find it, you will cry. Not out of pain, but out of clarity. Because in that moment, everything will finally make sense. The delays, the confusion, the walls between you and your daughter, all rooted in that untold truth. And once read, the healing will begin like a giant wave. Now Michael wants you to understand something deeper about your daughter. She is not weak, she is not broken. She is simply surrounded by shadows that have made her forget her light. But you are the candle that still burns for her. Even if she pulls away again, even if she doubts or screams or distances herself, don't stop shining. Because her soul is watching you even when her mouth doesn't speak. And soon she will remember who you really are. And on that day she will say, Mom, I saw the truth. I felt it before I heard it. And your love was louder than all their lies. And then she will hug you the way she used to when she was little. and she will come home. This time with her heart in her hands, and you will feel whole again. But that's not the only thing coming back to you. Your miracle, the one that was delayed because of the agreement, is coming back faster than expected. God delayed, but He never denied. He just needed you to see first, because He didn't want to bless you in a broken system. He wanted you restored before the reward, and now you are ready. Miguel is preparing your name for a turnaround in an area you thought was over. It could be a debt suddenly cleared, a person offering forgiveness you never thought you would hear, a house, a job, a divine financial door, or even emotional or physical healing that begins without warning. It will be fast, it will be loud, it will be undeniable. But before it comes, heaven wants one last thing, your complete surrender. Not the kind where you give up. The kind where you finally let go and say, God, take what is mine and use it for what is yours. Say it now, quietly, even if only once. I surrender my time to God. I surrender my daughter. I surrender control. And I choose divine flow over forced results. Can you feel the relief? Because that's where miracles are born, my beloved. Now listen carefully to the last whisper. Tonight, after you read this, Miguel will visit you. You may not see him, but he will be there. He may send you a sign, a feather, a flash of light, a specific number, or a sudden moment of peace. That will be your confirmation. And when he comes, you don't have to say anything perfect. Just whisper, "Thank you. I heard you. I'm ready." Then close your eyes and rest. Because for the first time in a long time, heaven is at your door. And this time it's staying. And if this message resonated with you, and you want to help it reach others who are also on the edge, click "Thank you." This small gesture helps keep alive this mission of bringing light to those who have lost hope. Thank you so much. If you're still here, write below, "I finished this, and I believe my miracle is coming." Let the angels see your light. And don't forget to subscribe, because there's another message coming soon. It will reveal what your daughter's future partner is going through right now, and why heaven wants you to pray for him before they meet. But before I say goodbye, I want you to know one thing. This is not just the end of a message. It's the beginning of a new spiritual family. If you've made it this far, you're now part of something special. A community of awakened souls who understand that love is stronger than any lie. In the comments below, I want you to share your story. Tell us how you felt while reading. Share the signs you've already started to see. Talk about the dreams that have started to come true. Because your story may be exactly what another mother, another father, another family needs to hear in order not to give up. We are a family now. And families support each other, strengthen each other, and rise together. You are powerful. You are loved. You are protected. And this is just the beginning. Amen.